Florida. We scored 95, but we gave up 114 points. So we got to figure out a different way to guard that system. They've got 6 top 50 RPI wins. They've got 5 different players that have scored 23 points or more in a particular game. So they've got, you know, some real firepower. They don't turn the ball over. They turn it over less than 10 times a game, and we kind of rely on turning people over to create some offense. You know, Chiosa is obviously a proven winner that's, you know, won a lot of games for him. Plays against Wisconsin and, you know, Missouri this year kind of come to mind. They're 3rd in the league in steals. They strip and rip you. They're 2nd or 3rd in blocks. They're long. I'm not even sure when the last time we won it by Florida. Somebody needs to probably look that up and tell me, but it's probably been a while. But Florida and Kentucky are probably the 2 programs in our league that are, you know, that have been the most successful recently. Again, along the lines of trying to, you know, either change the culture, create some relevance for our program, and certainly trying to win a championship. There's a big prize on this one.
How's Mustafa doing today, and how do you feel like
he talked to the trainer a little better today. Was able to keep food down and felt better this morning for the first time all week. So he will come by practice today. I think he'll be able to watch film and maybe get some shots and see if he can continue to rebuild his strength and his energy. You know, when you lose so many fluids from a stomach virus, it's coming out of everywhere. You got to find a way to have a couple of days to replenish it.
Are you inclined to sit him then, just to give him some extra time?
Today he'll definitely sit. I mean, he'll watch, but he may get some shots. But I know Mustafa, he's going to want to be out there. He's going to want to be out there working. This is probably, what, 3 days now, 4 days? He hasn't taken 4 days off in 4 years probably. So it'll be, you know, we just got to get back to healthy. But he was feeling better this morning, so we'll see.
Jared said last night that when he takes those really deep threes, he doesn't even really look down to see where he is on the floor when he shoots. But from your perspective, when he pulls up from something like the logo, what's going through your mind, and what do you
like when he pulls up and shoots those shots? Do you think they're going in?
Most of the time.
Yeah. So so you know, if he's clean, he's got to look. I think they're going in, and you know, being somebody that, you know, obviously teams are going to guard the 3-point line. Alabama's got great length, and so he understands the importance of being able to really, you know, shoot with that kind of range. Because then if you got to guard him that far away from the basket, it sets up his shot fake and his ability to go by you, and you know, so that's a great, that range is a great thing, and so he played great last night. I mean, I only watched the first half because I had to get on Florida, but what an amazing start we got off to. He and Malik Dunbar shooting the basketball. Horace had some great assists. I mean, we played really well early. We had to. You know, Jared, I said last night he was the best guard on the floor yesterday, and there were some great guards out there.
What was your assessment of the play of the bigs for his particular for us? Because by plus minus, that was one of his better performances of the season. But at the same time, it's 4 points, 5 boards. They came up in big moments, but
yeah,
production-wise, you know, you haven't always gotten a ton, but plus minus, he was really efficient. I think he led us in plus minus. Maybe Jared and he led us in plus minus, but you know, Horace's defense, he didn't turn it over, had some good passes, blocked shots, rebounded, and as I said, the thing about when you look at more Horace, more Deshaun, more Chuma, that's not a bad thing. Less Anthony is a bad thing, and that's how we approach it.
I thought all three of those guys took advantage of the extra minutes that they got. Now, foul trouble was an issue because Horace was in, he was in foul trouble all game. I'm sure Florida's going to try to get us in foul trouble on the front line. I think it's Kulichov, is that how you pronounce his name? He's a tough matchup at the 4, and he's got a great 3-point range, and he gets fouls, and I'm sure part of their, looking at the way they played Grant Williams, they went at Grant Williams last night, got him in foul trouble, which gave him a chance to win the game on the road at Tennessee. I'm sure they'll try to do that against our front line. But I thought, like, here's the thing about last night, who did not step up? Of the 7 guys that played, Pat Keim even, he was the 8th man, he came in there and defended pretty well. Who didn't step up? That's the crazy part about it. Davion, step up. Chuma, step up. Deshaun does so many things you don't even notice. Trust me, step up. Horace, step up. Jared, step up. Bryce, if Bryce could make a few more shots and make a few more plays defensively, but he's still out there logging 35 minutes. Malik, step up. So it took 7 guys, really much, 6 or 7 guys who had to step up in order to win that game last night.
Can you talk about Malik, the energy he brings, and his potential to keep doing it and even get better as he plays more?
Yeah, I think Malik does have great potential. I really do. Because for his size and athleticism, his ability to play above the rim, finish at the rim, even though he missed 3 free throws, a good free throw shooter, and he's got a great 3-point stroke. And I just got to get him to continue to learn all the other aspects of the game, whether it be the defense. He does not use his size to his advantage. He should be a great offensive rebounder, but he doesn't back cut and get open. He's got to tighten up his handle and things like that. But I do think Malik's got really good potential. And that said, he's still effective enough right now to be able to play at the highest level of Division I college basketball and be really competitive. When I say potential, I mean potential to be great, not just, he's good, he's really good. But I've got a high standard for him, high ceiling.
Bruce, you've said a few times that the only thing holding Chuma back is you.
Yep.
Is that just in terms of minutes, or what do you mean by that?
Minutes, role. I just can't even begin to explain what a joy he is. And I don't want to blow him up too much because it's sort of my expectation. This is how you're supposed to. He was raised right. You do your job. You listen to your coach. If he asks you to do this, you do that. That's how he was raised. So even though he was only playing 19 minutes and probably could have played and deserved to play 25 or 26 or 27 minutes and have a larger role, he never complained. He just always answered the bell. All right, so now we have to have him play a larger role because we don't have Anthony, and he's ready. It's just be ready. You're going to get your opportunity. Are you going to be ready when that opportunity presents itself? And he it wasn't that he needed to be patient. That's just his character. It's his character. So the point I've always made is just take my word for it. There's more to this than what you guys see. I've seen it. So you can either put the blame on me for that. The other positive was not having to ask him to do too much right away in order for us to be successful. In other words, not to put too much on him right away as a freshman. And then for me, again, we've been talking about this, it takes about a year and a half to unlock a core and a lower body. He has it. And it's just, this off season, we're gonna break it down and wake it up. And when he starts to get a little bit more explosive to go along with what is just a really good feel for the game, he'll be one of the best in this conference next year.
Bruce, you guys could conceivably clinch the conference before you even take the court on Saturday. Do you guys pay attention at all to that Tennessee-Ole Miss game, or how do you approach that?
Well, we were in the locker room watching the game against Florida, and I think at this point, you got to look at the leaderboard a little bit. I don't know and I don't know whether it's just my routine or I've not done it all year long. I don't know when they play. I know who they play. I can't worry about that. I've got to worry about our team trying to get better. I can tell you, as I've said before, the prize of a regular season conference championship is probably every coach's dream. I know everybody pays attention to March and to the victory of the spoils of postseason and tournament play. I get all that. But as a coach and a grinder and a teacher, the treasure of a regular season championship is you can't compare it. Now, if you do that, you put yourself in position based on your seeding and things like that to have an opportunity to advance in March. So it's something we want real badly, but it's not going to come easy. At Florida, at Arkansas, home against a South Carolina team that absolutely dominated us like no other team in this league has. We'll take it one at a time.
To the big picture, Bruce, how much, because there's only a couple data points left here, there's only a couple games left, you start looking at the NCAA, the Q1, Q2 breakdowns, the nitty-gritty, the day-by-day of, nationally speaking, where you're stacking up, how things are changing.
I think even though we have 3 teams of scouts and we do a lot of advanced scouting, I just think that right now it's the 3 teams we're going to be playing. We do know now that we're going to be playing on Friday in the SEC tournament, so we're beginning to logistically start to, even today, we're starting to get our flights and get everything ready for that trip to the end. So we are working a few weeks out in advance. As far as the NCAA is concerned, I really truly don't think we'll look at anything until Selection Sunday. Try to guess where we're going to be seated and who we might be playing. You can play that game, but it won't be very productive because we just got so much to do to get ready for the opponent. A lot of it for families, and I may not be answering your question, but a lot of it is family travel, coaches, staff, administration. I can tell you, tickets are tough. I mean, it's a tough ticket here, but SEC tournament tickets, they're available, right? They are available. And I do think one of the things that happen as you advance, actually there's more tickets available because there are fewer teams. First Friday night could be a tougher ticket than Saturday, because there's just fewer teams left. So, did I answer your question?
I hadn't asked you about the new system this year, just in general feedback for it. What do you think of the Q1, Q2, and the parameters that were devised to come up with all that?
Well, I think the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3. The thing about it is, we got word in the spring that they were going to start placing more weight on road and neutral site games, and I hadn't finished my schedule yet because it's hard to get people to play us. When I was at Tennessee, in the state of Alabama, I did not know where Auburn was. I just didn't know where it was. I didn't know it was this close to Atlanta. I didn't know it was right on 85. I didn't know how convenient it was to get here. And so one of the things that we're out there trying to sell is it's not hard to get to. Come play. And it's close to Atlanta from a recruiting base. Until the networks start to either recognize that we're a competitive program and help us attract higher profile teams, it's still going to be hard in scheduling to get the household names here. But what I did was I went to Dayton. I went to Murray State. We already had the Middle Tennessee neutral site thing hooked up. And the math on those wins are just unbelievable as far as been great separators for us. So the only thing about the quadrant system is they put that in place in the spring for how to get into the tournament this year. Just whatever you do, don't keep changing the model. If this is it, this is it. Now we know what to do. But if they went and tweaked it and changed it again in April, and you've already got a majority of your schedule done, then you get held hostage for it. I like the fact that they place more weight on the road and neutral site games, but it's hard to equate beating Villanova at home versus Murray State on the road, it's hard to equate those two. And if Murray State's a top 75 team, those two games count mathematically in a very similar way. But I like it. I like it because it does encourage teams to go out there and travel and not just sit at home and play.
Bruce, how would you break down SEC Player of the Year? Because it's conceivable that you have more than one guy that
Yeah.
could be up for this now with Jared and
Best player and the best team is the way I've always voted it. So you could make an argument for a Jared Harper, if we win the league, Jared Harper or
Bryce.
or Mustafa or Deshaun may not have the math, but I mean, that is, those guys are all candidates. I think for me, at Tennessee, Williams would probably be my choice. If Tennessee wins the league, that's where I'll vote. That's where I'll go. Best player and the best team.
Bruce, has Bryce Brown's ankle sort of slowed his three-point shooting, affected it, and do you think it's going to be a lingering problem, or do you think he's getting better?
Well, I hope it's not a lingering problem. He was, whatever he shot last night, what was he from three?
3 of 14.
14.
3 of 14. And so he managed to squeeze 14 of them off, so his foot's got to be good enough to be able to get open. Hey, like Bryce can see it, he can shoot it. He's that good. I think the culmination of his foot and his shoulder and being off a little bit and the attention. He doesn't get many open looks now. I mean, they're not exactly leaving him. They're chasing him. They're hugging him. They're tagging him. They're got him in his hip pocket. So got to keep taking good shots.